What's it like to be a professional stuntman? In part 2 of his interview, Keaulana talks about working in television and on big Hollywood movies. Yet, it's a locally produced film that seems to personify his career. Ho'omau.
When I committed into being a stuntman, I committed 100% of my time, meaning that I went to California, I went to LA, traveled around the world, and learned from great stunt people around the world. I am fortunate and lucky that I got inducted into Stunts Unlimited, which is a real elite part of the stunt business and a group of stuntmen. And we also have other stunt groups also too, which a lot of my friends are also in. You have to remember that when you perform in a stunt, you not just performing for yourself, but you also carrying the load and the responsibility for the stunt coordinator and the directors and the production. So failure is not really an option. So that's the whole thing, is that you make sure that if you say you can do things, you better make sure you can do it. If you can't perform it, be real honest and say, I can't. And that's a great stuntman, to know what they can and cannot do. One of the things being a stunt coordinator is you really have to know your people and the knowledge and skills that they have. And we do have the best people in the world. You know, it's a small world that in the stunt industry, it is. You know, everyone pretty much knows everyone. And a lot of us have a specific skill, but to be a great stuntman, you have to be well-rounded. We train a lot, and the mistakes are done in training for us. You know, so we prepare for the worst, that when the worst happens, we're prepared. And I think in the stunt industry, you have to be that way, because you don't really allow any mistakes, because lives are on the line. I teach risk management in government, ocean risk management, and I apply that risk management in stunts. You know, so a lot of times, all your success is already done in your planning stage. And when I break down scripts, I'll break it down into green, yellow, red. Green being safe, yellow being cautious, red being the most dangerous. So I'll rate those scripts or lines of what the details I need to pay attention to, and kind of develop my support around that. Sometimes we have to, you know, make it to where it's catered to what the ocean's going to give us. You know, if it's flat, we're going to do underwater stuff, and when it's small waves, we'll do shooting real tight things, and then when it's really big, we'll shoot our masters. You know, it's funny, people ask a lot of times what was our favorite movie, and of course, to me, Waterworld was one of the biggest, you know, because I've met some of the most talented people around. And I think really in the productions, it's not so much of the film, but it's about the people that you surround yourself with. Baywatch Hawaii, I think, was one of the greatest productions, really, because they wasn't afraid of water. Greg Bonan, who was the director and producer, really, I think for me, has taught so much about how to film in the water. To me, I think that was one of the greatest things. What Bonan would do is he would look at the ocean as a character itself, and what that character is giving you right then and there, he would take advantage of that. One of my other favorite productions that I've been in was Descendants with George Clooney. So I was the stunt coordinator for that. There was not much stunts, but for the ones that were there in the ocean, in the water, things could get bad, but we kept it safe. It's the director that was just amazing, and the production people, the way they treat everyone as equals. Ho'omau is perseverance. When things get really bad, don't give up. That's the whole story. But again, it's all subtitles, all in Hawaiian language. Sometimes the biggest and strongest warriors are not the strongest in spirit. I see it in so much different ways, of a struggle of a culture of finding its own identity, and family, of how important family is and what you're willing to do for family. Two young kids that really have one dream and no money, just one idea, and just came to, you know, filmmakers in Hawaii and got everybody together. And I think that was the greatest thing. It was everybody got involved not for money, but just to showcase of we can do something in Hawaii, filming about Hawaii in the indigenous Hawaiian language, and do something that is just magical. And I think that was one of the greatest things. And my daughter was a lead inside of Ho'omau. And everyone who was there had a vested interest in just being successful. Not for monetary, but just to do something and say that we can. For like me, it has a lot more meaning to, you know, the struggles. Sometimes those struggles are not easy. But keep moving forward, learn from your mistakes, persevere and keep moving forward. It really has a good message in it. My life has been so complex and so busy. I'm juggling like 4 movies right now where, you know, all these productions coming in. Sometimes it feels that you re-educating people coming over from the mainland to understand our challenges, because it's not just the challenge of weather or the ocean, but challenge of culture, of community. So it's finding those balance. And here in Hawaii, it's always great to ask for permission before you gain permits. You know, so go and talk story, go and ask the community, go and ask the areas that can be impacted, and then from there find out what the challenges are, then move towards permits. And I think that's one of the things that we've taught Hollywood when they come here, to have that respect and understanding first, to do their homework, because it's really them not taking over, more about what is allowed, you know, here in Hawaii. It's a different world. It's not where you're going to fire someone like in Hollywood and then go hire someone else. There's not much people you're going to hire. You fire the wrong guy, you're not in Hawaii no more.